All right, so come with us as we go on MSC Seascape's cruise. We're here, right here in Miami, Florida. It's a family trip. I'm going to tell you how everything went, pros, cons, in between, and all that stuff. So I will say the process to check in was very smooth. You can do a lot of things on the app prior to getting in. We did have some folks with us who had birth certificates instead of passports, so that does kind of delay the process, but they have two separate lines to get you in very smooth and quickly. Here you're going to get to see our room. There are some things I really love about this room, like the ocean view and so forth. You do have to have your key in order for the lights to work. If you have the key out, it's not going to work. Good news is the air conditioning does continue working. Whether you have the key in or not, it's just the lights do turn off when you take your key out. So the bathroom is extremely small and tight. I haven't been on a cruise in like 10 years, but I do remember them always being this small. One thing I hated is that my hubby and I could never take a shower together. Besides that, it did do what it needed to do. You have your sink, your toilet, somewhere to hang your towels and so forth, but it is not for comfort, it's just for use. If you ask me, I did wish that we had a bigger bathroom, but unfortunately it is what it is. But I did not like the fact that the shower was so small. You can only turn whatever, you can't do too much. All right, the bed on the other hand was a comfortable size. We slept very well on it. We did have another couch that we turned to a bed, so if we came in, we could lay on that. If we don't want to, use our outside clothes for the regular bed. Drop a comment if anybody else does that too. I don't like to go outside and then sit on my bed where I'm going to sleep in my bedclothes and stuff like that. And so we did have that there. The TV is a good size. However, there's only like 4 channels on there. There's nothing to watch. So good luck with that, but it's something to put on if you need to fall asleep. They did have some storage space here with a few drawers and then area over here where you can put your ice and so forth, as well as storage here. This did come in handy with my makeup and different little knickknacks that I needed throughout the time. Here you're going to see our balcony, and this is very spacious. It's a 2-seater. It's very nice. One thing I wish they did give us the option to do is that we did have 3 rooms. I wish that we could just kind of like take those down so we could have the whole of that floor, like those 3 rooms, all the balconies together, so we could all be together as a family. I wish that was an option that we were given, but other than that, balcony was very nice. It was so nice to see the sunset. Let's get into the food. So the buffet. All right. So a lot of choices, a lot of options, so many things for you to choose from. There's a lot of things there. However, the buffet is overcrowded. I really think they need to think this through on how can we be more efficient and effective in serving the number of people who are on this cruise, have more space, kind of maybe even spread it out. Maybe have multiple buffet rooms so you can choose which one you go to or assign you to a specific buffet, something of that sort, because every time we went into that buffet, it was crowded, the lines were long. If you wanted an omelet or anything like that, the wait was extremely long. I've gone to many places and been able to get those things in and out very quickly. They only had 2 omelet stations for 4,000 people. How does that make sense? On the other side, there is an ice cream machine, so if you don't want to opt for the costly gelato, you can get ice cream cones here. They had them by the pool, things like that. They had a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables. I will tell you, the buffet actually was pretty tasty. I was expecting the food to be disgusting or nasty, and I was going to lose some weight. I didn't lose any weight. I didn't gain any, but I didn't lose any weight either. The desserts, I enjoyed them. You know I'm a dessert queen. I enjoyed the red velvet cake. I enjoyed this confetti cake. I enjoyed the ice cream. I enjoyed a lot of the food. The only problem is, of course, once you get your food, finding somewhere to seat. And we were a party of 10, so I think that made it a little bit more difficult for us. But for the most part, everything that I tasted there, I actually enjoyed. The late night is where I had my best time, is because there was no crowd. They have pizza, hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken nuggets. Of course, you can get your teas and your drinks and things like that, French fries. So I did enjoy the late night buffet, and I always got a burger. Everybody was hyping up the pizza. I wasn't a big fan of the pizza. Hate to tell you guys. Same thing I told you here with the buffet is that in the morning time, they have the omelet station, and the omelet station, there was a 30 to 45 minute wait. The other thing I did not like is that the buffet closed relatively early to set up for the next round of food. So for instance, they're not supposed to close, I want to say until 11 o'clock for breakfast, but by 10:30, most of the stations were already shut down and they only had you flowing to one area. Didn't like that. So let's talk about the main dining experience. Everybody is assigned a dining room, and you either have a late dining time, a early dining time, or you have open dining where you can just choose to go whenever you want to. We weren't on time, so we went and we just asked, hey, do you still have space for us? And they were able to accommodate. The food was okay. I did start with the shrimp here, coconut shrimp. I actually asked for a salad as well, to the Caesar salad. I prefer the shrimp over the salad. My husband had the French onion soup. And here, the main food, I would say presentation while wasn't very nice. You can see the potato, the vegetables look overcooked, and the steak was mediocre at best. I would say the steak was the best thing on the plate, and of course I would not probably get this again if I did go to main dining, but I did like the fact that you didn't have to fight the buffet and you were able to get in and out at your own leisure, and everybody attended to you versus you fighting the crowd. The desserts on the hand were pretty good. I had the cheesecake, my husband had the chocolate cake. I preferred the chocolate cake over the cheesecake, and the ice cream was pretty good. Let's talk about the bars now. Shine Bar was one of the bars on the ship. It was very nice. It was appointed very well. Bartenders were great, and the drinks were delicious. I can say all the drinks that we had were pretty good. We did not get a drink package. We just bought a la carte as we wanted to have a drink here and there. We were with the kids, so we weren't drinking very heavily, and the prices were reasonable. So I would say if you're not someone who drinks 8 to 10 drinks a day, go ahead and just pay as you go. It was reasonable for us, and all the drinks that we had were great. Every bartender that we worked with were wonderful. Here at the loft, we went decide to have a cappuccino, kind of sit down and relax. This room also turns into night where they have live entertainment. Sometimes they have a saxophone, someone singing live, and things like that. We didn't get to make it for the nighttime, but we did go for cappuccinos, and they were delicious. We had not one but two, and they also have outside area where you can sit and enjoy the day, the sun, and a little breeze if you choose to do so. The cappuccinos are a little small but good. All right, this is the bar that's in the casino. The casino is rather small, but the bar is right in the center of the casino and easy to get to from wherever you are. Vinci, one of my favorites. I do really enjoy theirs. I had it not once but twice while I was on the ship, and every flavor that I tried was delicious. I would say if you want to splurge a little, this is not included. You can come here and get your chocolates, your Italian ice, gelato, and enjoy them. All the flavors. I had all the kids get their own, and then I decided to get the pistachio and milk and cookies, I believe it was called, and the mixed combination together was so good. All right, I love my sweets, so it was good. It was really, really good. So shout out to Vinci. If you're there, try them out. At least have one scoop. They have different sizes, and you can decide which size works best for you. 2 different sizes, a little small one, which is good for the kids. And then also by the pool, the jungle pool, they have one as well too. So here you're gonna go and see. This is where they have a lot of the parties, shows, things like that. It's so cute in here. Everything is red. Red is my favorite color, so I loved this place. My daughter had a great time here as well too. They had some dancing going on. It was a glow in the dark party, a neon party, and everybody was up on the dance floor just having a good time. If you choose not to dance, there are seats all around where you can sit and enjoy yourself and just have a drink or sit and chat. It is a little louder than most of the places. The other thing that we did enjoy was the dual pianos. This doesn't last very long, but they do have it throughout the day, maybe once or twice, and every day it is offered, and it's right by Menchie's, so you can grab an ice cream and come and watch. One thing I must say is the entertainment on the ship is pretty good. They have like 60 to 70 things going on. So at any point in time, if you want to be entertained, you feel like getting out, doing something. I did not get the cabin fever that I did get in the past, and I just enjoy that no matter what, there is something to do at all times. On this main stage, they have singers, they have dancers, they have you name it. And at the last night, they really had something that was amazing. They had some singing going on, and they actually had like a confetti party to kind of shut everything down, which was great. This is our theater, and you can see it sits about 600 people. The way it is seated is like a movie theater, so it's on that incline, so that no matter where you are, you have a good seat in the house. I will say that my daughter enjoyed both of the shows that we went to. She's into the arts and theaters and really, really loved what they did here. The singing was great, the dancing was good, and it just kept you captivated. Now, I will say the show is not extremely long, which is great, so you're in and out and get to enjoy a little bit here. You can see the second show that we saw on the other night, and that was nice as well too. So I would say if you're on there, catch one of the shows. They also had a comedy show, but unfortunately we weren't able to attend. Now you can see here, this is what the white night looks like, and you can see everybody's dressed on white. We're on the top deck and everybody's dancing and having a good time. They really know how to get the crowd engaged. Now I will say, personally, music was not the best, but I made the best of it, and our kids had a great time. We had a good time, and so very enjoyable. Now, as you can see here in the daytime, what that pool deck looks like. We're parked here in the Bahamas, and everybody's off of the ship. We decided to get back on. They had a snow party, which was quite nice. I felt like the snow wasn't enough, but I knew what they were trying to go for. I wish there was a little bit more snow as well too. You can see here that robotic arm. A lot of folks wanted to do that. We didn't get a chance to do so, but it was constantly going all day. By the jungle pool on the second floor, you're going to see they have those ping pong tables, and that is great as well too if you want to get in out of the sun and just have a little fun. Foosball tables as well too on the other side. One of the things they do have on the ship is an arcade. I will say we did not indulge because it is a little costly, more than I would think it would be. I wish they had just like an all-day pass. You pay one price and just paid for that, so the kids could just kind of get dropped off and enjoy themselves. We're back here in the casino. We did go every night, just paid $20 and had a good time. And this is the jungle pool up close, you can see here. And they have 2 hot tubs, one on each side of the jungle pool. All right. Yeah. And one thing about the jungle pool, which I did enjoy, is that all around they are day beds and little chairs so that you can sit and watch your kids close up. And that was open pretty much all the time. And it wasn't as close to the sun. So it was a little cooler, not cool, but a little cooler down here. Here we're docked at their private island. And I will say we did enjoy this very much so. The kids loved it. They couldn't get enough of it. I got extremely tanned. I know you feel that's hard to do, but 2 months later, the tan is still here. I'm still tanned. So you can see where my bathing suit was and where it wasn't. One thing about this place here is, although it's lovely, sand is nice and everything like that, beach is clean, they have food for you. I just found that there wasn't enough sitting area, and so we were kind of looking around for areas to sit for a very long time, especially having a larger party with us as well too. I will say that they did have great security here, lifeguards and stuff like that. There was a little incident, but they rectified that very quickly and had staff on hand to help with the injury that the child had sustained. They were just playing around and got hit there. Now here in the Bahamas, we did kind of get off the boat for a little bit, went to sightsee. They did have a little junkanoo type of situation going on when we got off, so it was nice to be greeted by that and enjoy it. My mom was over here dancing, doing her two-step, my daughter, and then we went out and just perused and did some shopping and things like that. We went to the straw market, which was quite nice. They were all able to get one souvenir or two, just depending on what they picked out. And it was nice to be with the locals and just peruse around on this area here. So the straw market is so nice. I would say if you're there, go out and patronize and buy 1 or 2 items. Everybody got matching bracelets, and then we headed our way back to our ship. You can see here, in comparison to the other ships, our ship is pretty big, so that's nice. Carnival was parked right next to us, and before we get on the boat, they did provide us towels to wipe our hands, and I'm such a fan of that, to make sure that we're clean and safe, and then also refreshing beverages of these waters in different flavors. Here you're going to see the Bridge of Sighs, which is so nice. I would say if you're on the ship, make your way up there so you can kind of look and view from that particular area, take a picture, walk across the glass deck, and just take it in. Breathtaking, absolutely gorgeous. And here at the private island, you can just see all around and nothing but sea. And then if you look to the left, there's their island. is a lot of decorations on the ship, and I will say one of the things I love is just the way they decided to design the ship. There's a lot of places for you to take pictures as well too. I love that little tunnel. And then also here you can see that party I was talking about on the last night, where everybody was here in the center of the ship, and they had that confetti party going on as the last song was being played for the evening. And it was such a surprise for us, and we really enjoyed it. The kids thought it was amazing, and they danced their little hearts out. So that was very nice. All right, I just wanted to show you here on the ship, while you're out at sea, take an opportunity, especially if you have a balcony, to watch the sunset, have a drink out there and enjoy yourself. Our trip was lovely. I would definitely go on the ship again, but I would want to try doing the yacht club. So MSC, if you're watching, send your girl something free so I can come and check out the yacht club and give you guys a review on that as well too. If you like this video, please go ahead and drop a comment. If you have questions, drop a comment, but give us a like, give us a subscription. Please come back and watch, and anything you have that you're questioning or want to know more about, go ahead. I didn't want to make the video too long, but I hope you found it enjoyable. Thanks for watching.